Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in for today's video. It's Bree here with Let's Talk Tech. Today's video's topic is going to be part 4 of our applying instructional strategy per the learning theory. Today's video is going to be on constructivism, which is definitely my favorite of the three. Constructivism encompasses social learning, peer assessment, where learners can have that peer interaction to learn from each other. Sometimes it's easier to take constructive criticism from your peer versus an authoritative figure. Your guard isn't up so much. It encompasses knowledge and meaning that are constructed by integrating prior knowledge, beliefs, and experiences. Constructivism believes that the learner is an active participant in their learning. They're not just dormant, or they're not just receiving the dissemination of information such as one would do in behavioralism. They're actively learning, they're actively participating in their learning. It has an emphasis on the whole rather than components. There are two parts to constructivism. Cognitive constructivism focuses on the individual attributes of the learner and that impact on their learning. Jean's theory of cognitive construction proposed that knowledge cannot simply be transmitted from one person to another, but is constructed through the experience. Social constructivism focuses on how meaning and understanding are created through the social interaction. Lev's theory proposed that learning could not be separated from social context in which it occurs, nor could accommodation and assimilation occur without the active integration of the learner in the community of practice. So basically, he had a, I guess, total opposite of behaviorism or cognitivism, where they're saying that, social interaction is the learning. You learn through doing, and you can't have one without the other. So, how do we implement teaching strategies for constructivism? The teacher is not the disseminator of information as you would be in a behavioralist learning classroom. You're not authoritative, you are a facilitator. So, you facilitate the knowledge, you facilitate them learning their knowledge, or you provide the foundation and give the learner the tools to where they can go and explore and learn themselves. Definitely critical thinking exercises, guided learning, again, giving them the foundation, the tools, or what objectives you want them to learn, and they go ahead and learn those objectives in their own fashion. Guided exploration, problem solving activities and projects, situated learning and authentic tasks, basically those case studies or project based learning that actually are authentic to the user or the learner in their community. Reflection and integration. At certain points, you can have the learners reflect on what they learned or what they thought was best out of the case study or out of the objectives, what they had issues with. With constructivist learners, their personal motivators are intrinsics. They're self-directed learners. They learn because they want to learn. They learn because they're interested in learning. They're interested in that topic that they want to learn. So you have to make sure that in constructivist classrooms that you're making the material something that is personal to the learner, where it gives them their own motivation to say, hey, I want to do this, I want to learn this well, I want to meet these objectives. Again, benefits personal life or professionally. There are some extrinsic motivators in constructivism, but Not so many, and they kind of just overlap the other extrinsic motivators that are talked about with the other two learning theories. Instructional activities that you can do in a constructivist classroom, whether online or face to face, are discussions. Online discussions are awesome. Make sure that learners respond to at least maybe two or three of their classmates. Group projects, absolutely. I have a love-hate relationship with group projects, and that's only because with group projects, you always have that one person that really doesn't they just don't do nothing. They're just a lagger. They're the freeloader. But other than that, I love group projects, and that clearly doesn't say projects. It says projects, but hey, it is what it is. Project-based learning. Um, so yeah, that's another way to do it. I love project-based learning. One of my classes, we had to well, the topic was we had to go to a business and figure out what they were missing and how we could create something that would help them fill that void. So we found a business where she did everything by paper. So we use Microsoft Access, which is really accessible. It's easy. It's fairly, I would say, and on a beginner level to learn that you can use to enter information. She needed to for queries and reports, and she was kind of a small business and she needed to enter customer information without having to keep so many papers. Case studies kind of go over that again, making those case studies relevant about their community, about maybe case studies that you find on the internet or topics, wherever you get those topics from. All right, so again, this comes from our Chapter 4, Learning Theory, Effective Online Teaching Foundation and Strategies for Student Success by Tina. Awesome book, definitely read it. And yep, so that was our video 4. Thanks for tuning in. Hit that notification bell for our next video. And thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk Tech.